5, 4, 3, 2.
Tier 1 performance.
Hey guys, welcome back to Tier 1 Performance. I'm back here with special guest today, Blake Ledoux, for a second time. For those of you who don't know, Blake just came back from Korea. He's in the military currently. He just got done serving in Korea. Don't know why he was there. I don't know if you're allowed to tell me. That's fine if it's not. But this is a baseball podcast anyway. As y'all can see, I got my New Jersey from Korea. I don't even, they call it the Landers. Who is this? Which team is this? Like, what city?
Well, it's the Landers, but...
what city?
Can't really say it. I don't really want to butcher it as bad, you know?
Yeah.
I just know it's kind of on the west coast, kind of up north, like northwest of Seoul.
So you were stationed in Seoul, though?
No, I was probably about 35 miles south of the DMZ by North Korea.
Oh, okay. I don't even know.
We were out there for 9-10 months. But.
Yeah. So you got to saw some baseball. Also, pull that mic a little closer to you.
My bad.
Yeah. Yeah, you can just angle. There you go. So people can hear the voices. All right. So where were you? Where were you like in relation to like the baseball field in Korea? Like, was it like a drive, or was it like, hey, we got to take the whole day?
Yeah. So it was kind of. So I was about an hour, 30-minute subway, train ride, whatever you want to call it, to Seoul. Super easy, and dude, those subways and train rides are like, they're the cleanest thing ever. It's not like New York or anything like that.
Damn.
But yeah, I was about, it was a joint stadium between two teams. It was the old Olympic stadium that they had in like 86 or 88. And it was just a train ride down there. Tickets were like $7 US. You can get food for about $7. You can get a 4-pack of beer for about another $5. So
Was the beer good?
It was all right. It wasn't bad. It was like a Miller Lite. I mean,
Okay.
It wasn't too bad.
So you saw these Korean professional Korean players play. Like, is it kind of like their version of the MLB?
That it's 100%. They live and die for Korean baseball.
Like, that's their sport.
It's like that and soccer, I think, are their sports. Even though they're not very good at soccer.
Oh, wow.
But all like the Korean
Merchandise, memorabilia.
Well, no, it's more like all the Korean soldiers I worked with. I asked them like their sports, and they either were like baseball or soccer. You know, that culture's not very tall, so they're not really into basketball.
Right.
Football, they have zero clue what any of it means
Fair enough.
or is. But yeah, no, that seeing the same sport that I play in the U.S. and seeing how it translates over into a different country was unreal, because I think it was one of the top experiences I've ever had in regards to watching baseball. I mean, I've been to 2 World Series games for the Astros, and that has to be like the number 3 game I've ever been in my life, because I'll show you videos, and it's like it's constant chants and songs for every single batter.
Like individualized, specialized for them.
Specialized chants, and then you have like a band, you have cheerleaders dancing everywhere, you have cannons going off, and it's like every at-bat, they're singing through the at-bat.
But
so
it's still
not
competitive baseball. It's not like entertainment like the Savannah Bananas or anything.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's 100%. I compare it to like a little minor league baseball, probably like a AA. You will have some dudes who just like shouldn't be there. They should probably go to Japan or then go to the U.S. But yeah, watching baseball over there was unreal experience, because you know nothing's in miles per hour.
Oh shit, that's right. What it's in kilometers?
Yeah, kilometers. So you're seeing like 148 up there, and you're like, whoa. Let me hit a Google real quick.
What is it? Well, like, what is like 148? Is that like
I don't remember.
85?
I think it was probably like 87, 88. Correct me if I'm wrong. Could be 92. I think the highest I saw there was like 92 miles an hour.
You think you could walk in and do a AB and like crank a hit off of one of them?
I think I could touch it still. I think I could still touch it.
Yeah. I mean, you for sure can't lose it. But that's in like their season's running pretty late.
It's over. Their season runs pretty late. So I think I left Korea I got back November 21st. And I think their season ended like 2 weeks before that.
Okay.
It's a pretty long season, but there's not many teams there, so it's like constant games. They're traveling all over the country.
Is the age range from like 22 to like whatever, or is it like you see a lot
the
of young
age
kids?
range? Like I was watching an 18-year-old pitcher
For real?
facing like he just retired. He played for the U.S. Siwoo. I don't want to mess it up. But he was like 40 years old, so it was like 18 facing a 40-year-old.
Oh wow.
And no, it was just.
You put it like independent ball kind of level, kind of skill level.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so. I mean,
maybe like a frontier league.
yeah, kind of. I mean, the hitters I thought were pretty good. Not much power at all.
Were they smaller than like me and you?
Yeah, they were small. They were not bulky guys.
Oh, wow, okay.
Not like you see in the MLB where they're like 6'2", 220. I mean, you'll have a couple 6-foot guys. They're probably mostly like 6 foot, honestly.
Oh wow.
You won't see anybody really bigger than that. I mean, the guys who have power are the guys from overseas. So overseas
there was a lot of.
So there's Americans. I watched a guy from Cypress, Texas, Austin Bean. That dude was a mammoth. He had bombs. He played first base for the Tigers, I want to say. No, the Twins or Tigers, one of the two. I don't know. There's so many teams. And then you get a lot of Dominicans out there. But it seems like the progression over there is KBO to Japan to the MLB. Like
If you can.
Like that's like the feeder.
The percentages has got to be so small for that.
Yeah, getting out of the KBO I think is hard because the competition is not that good. You got to ball.
Yeah, you got to put up like ridiculous numbers.
You
to
got
do
to
some
be
stuff
hitting
like that.
360 for like 2 years, and then you're like, all right, you get a look, and then. But Japan's also way better than the KBO. But it was so much fun.
Have you seen Japan play too?
No, I have not. But since I was on that similar time zone.
Yeah.
I couldn't really watch MLB games because they were at.
Also, you'll catch Japanese games.
I would catch Japanese games, and then so I didn't want to wake up at like 1, 2 a.m. in the morning and go to work. I just watched KBO and then flip the channel to some Japan game going on because they're only a couple hours behind us.
So did you see anything like as far as baseball wise, things that they do over there that's different that we do over here?
I think you know how we in high school we used to always pride like In and Out.
Yeah, for sure.
Their In and Out's unreal.
It's pristine, like it's better.
Pristine, it's better.
It's beautiful.
The balls there's so many balls going on at once. I felt like there was like 4 or 5 balls going at once, and everyone was in sync. And it's like the classic, like, you know, like all their warm-up drills, how they warmed up, but just their In and Out was just unreal. They didn't miss a spot. Like they pride so much on their ground balls and prep with just hitting the guy in the chest, like in the in and outs, and it was
like a machine.
You didn't see much balls, like especially in outfield going like to third base. You don't see much balls missing left and right. They're on the bag, maybe 2 hops, but it's not going to be like in the air like in the MLB. But
yeah, like that's literally what this podcast was based off of. Like it's called the In and Out Talks podcast, right? So like base it off of like when we took In and Out all the time, like the prep show, the talk show beforehand, before we even dive into anything. And so for those of you who don't know, In and Out is your 15-20 minute window where each team gets to go out and they take fielding practice. So you'll hit fly balls, you'll practice your throws, your relays, your double plays, different scenarios, and you do that all under 15 minutes. Like you see it before the game starts. So like obviously if you go show up right 5 minutes before the game, you're not going to see In and Out. But for these MLB teams, D1 teams, and I guess especially like, you know, teams overseas, like they take In and Out and it's like super serious. You get to show off, right?
Yeah, it's all show off and how like crisp and clean you are.
Yeah, and I think it's one of the few things that makes us look super cool because like In and Out is when like people are just staring at you, judging you, and even like when if I was watching somebody do In and Out and I'm on the opposing team, like I'm looking at all the infielders, all the outfielders. I'm like, does he have a cannon? If I'm at third, is he gonna throw me out? Is that catcher gonna throw me out? Is that shortstop? If I hit in the 6 hole, can I beat out that shortstop? So I'm like, you get to find out all those things, But interesting news on my end is that we just had our first day of live ABs we just had our first round of live ABs at D-Bet where I coach. And we had some high schools come and face other high schoolers and had some kids absolutely destroy some of these kids, and then I had some kids that absolutely did not.
That just got destroyed.
That got
and from
destroyed.
a hitter aspect.
Yeah, exactly. That got destroyed. And like I think we all kind of expected. Like my older guys did well. My younger guys struggled as I expected. Now, like they weren't facing anything overpowering, but it kind of goes to show you like who did what over the off season, who worked out appropriately and correctly. Like you can hit 1,000 times every day, but if you're not taking quality swings and you're not making a game, like there's no point. That transition is so much harder when you go into the game, right? So my question to you is like, what kind of things did you do when you were still playing, going into that winter break, going into your spring season, January, February? What helped you prepare for, I guess, as a catcher and as a hitter?
So I would say going into break, you would have your like kind of list of stuff you had to do, especially in college. You get more of a list in high school and junior college. You didn't really have. You just kind of figured. But that's a place where you need to like reevaluate yourself in that winter time frame. Hitting that winter you just did with fall. What did I struggle on? What did I not struggle on? I know me and my dad, we would kind of sit down and write about it.
Good old Brett, yeah.
Yeah, good old Brett. And really, that was just trying to work on what did you struggle on. Is that I didn't hit much off machines at all. Growing up, I still hate machines, and you know that.
Yeah, for sure.
And that was like, and if I had a bad fall, I knew like, hey, it's fall. I'm not in game season form.
Right.
That does have weight on like your playing ability in the spring if you want to get in the lineup, but it was just working on your craft, trying to get that rhythm. You try to start that rhythm early. That was for me. I didn't get to face many live ABs in the fall. Most of my live stuff was for catching, just catching all these guys that were coming back in.
Do you think, I was about to say, do you think that helped you though? Like just catching their bullpen, seeing the ball coming in into the zone?
Yeah, I mean,
it's better than an outfielder who just sees high fly balls. Yeah, and then I got to come in and face live.
I mean, that did definitely help, just kind of getting back to that speed. I know your eye vision is where you're looking at with a hitter, and then from a catcher, it's two different standpoints and a couple different feet. But that's what kind of helped me get the rhythm of just seeing the ball coming at you quick.
Right. And when you say rhythm, so not everyone kind of understands what you mean by rhythm, and like other people have different words for it, but like what do you mean by rhythm? Because for me, rhythm means like my timing, an aspect of like, getting my hands in the right spot, being in a prepared stance. But what does rhythm mean for you?
So I kind of thought of it in a couple different ways. Yes, it's also with the timing with the pitch, but it's also the rhythm of your body and the movements, with all like how your body functions and your kinetic energy and all that. Just kind of getting your hands in the right spot when you engage your hip, when you engage your coil and how your body functions, like loading up to that pitch. Say my dad's throwing me BP, is everything in rhythm for me to execute that swing and generate as much power as I could. That's how I kind of saw it in one part of hitting, and then next was also rhythm with the facing live pitchers. I kind of see those two, and if you have bad rhythm within your swing and your practice, have fun hitting a live pitcher because your swing's out of whack now.
Yeah,
that's how I kind of mentally saw it. And there's also when it came to defense and catching, and I know from the small time I had with infield work. Is it good enough? Yeah. Okay. With the infield work, you have rhythm within your defense.
Yeah.
And feeling the ground ball, you have rhythm when you're trying to throw a guy out at second, or you're just framing anything like that. So that's how I kind of broke it up.
So going back to your rhythm, because like honestly, I never really saw you. I saw you catch once on TV, but I never saw you catch in a game. I saw you as an infielder in high school. So like, would you say were you born with those hands? Because you had like probably one of the smoothest transitions ever. And like when you told me you were a catcher, shocked the hell out of me, because I was like, this kid has natural born infield hands. Did you? Is that something you worked on a lot as a kid, or was it just like, oh, infield is infield? I usually take more time for like hitting.
I would say with the genetics that my dad and my mother gave me, I did not have much rhythm growing up. I was always coordinated and I think the coordination definitely helped me. But it was always I would hit, and then we would always do like small ground ball work, even in the cage. It would just be hands work, just filling out your hands. But no, that was definitely worked on rhythm and all the transition. And that was always I would hit for about 30 minutes. I don't need that many swings. And then it was 30 minutes of infield work. Even if I wasn't even fielding ground balls, I was doing small hand stuff with just my dad really close, hitting ground balls, or just practicing just transitions and everything. And that goes with the same thing when you're practicing throwing or getting your arm strength too.
Yeah, which one would you focus on, you'd say, like more? Would you focus more on like hitting or like fielding, like overall for your career? Which one did you?
Overall my career was probably hitting, because if you hit, you don't sit.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like I always tell people that hey, like, you know, when it comes to baseball, for me, like defense is a must. Like lockdown, anyone can play defense. It's like hitting is where you separate yourself.
Yes,
you know. So I was an infielder, I guess, when I was little, and then when I got to high school, it was just like they saw how fast I was, and they're like, "The straight outfield, don't worry about anything, don't do anything, just play outfield." And so like outfield, maybe I'd work on like a couple times a day. I mean, not a couple times a week, but like hitting was like every day.
No, yeah.
But to my point though, like I had like no one could teach me anything about outfielding after like my sophomore year of high school. Like until I got to college, and then college I learned how to be a better outfielder. So like I think that's why I didn't practice as much as outfielding, because like the learning stopped, and I thought I had peaked as an outfielder at the age of like 16, which sounds dumb. But like,
looking back at it,
it sounds like I know everything that I need to know about outfielding. Obviously did not, but in my environment where I was surrounded at, I did not have any sort of guidance to do that. But there's way more infielders than there are outfielders, and you guys practice like it's religion. So I just thought it was interesting, like, because you know you have those players that only practice fielding.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Yeah, they shouldn't. But then you got those guys that only practice hitting, and they don't do enough fielding, and it's hard to find that like that balance sometimes, especially when you struggle in a certain aspect. But going in, how my last question in regards to off season is development of your arm. So as a positional guy, like a catcher or a guy that plays the infield, are you still, when you reach like fall ball or winter ball, are you still trying to develop arm strength? Are you trying to get your arm ready for the season, or are you trying to like add a couple of miles per hour to it? Are we just getting endurance up?
Well, one, I was just trying to still like keep your arm in shape, and I think everyone's fall time zone is a little bit different. When I was at West Point, I only came home for 2 weeks.
Right.
I can't really do much in that 2 weeks, but now that's just like keeping my arm in strength, making sure everything is strong in regards to how my body felt. But that's just kind of just staying in motion, trying to keep it, because you don't want to go into early season before spring, and when you're doing a bunch of inter squads, that's when the inter squads pick up a lot more, at least for us it did. You don't want to go in there with a sore arm, and then now you're complaining, you're going in the room. So I would say mine would just be kind of keeping in strength, because your summer, that's where you got to gain all your stuff. As an infielder and a catcher, and especially catching in college, like I'd probably take off a couple weeks, maybe, and it wasn't that like much. I'm not like a pitcher who goes full blast all the time.
Right.
I could push it down to 60%. I could push it down to 100%, but I was never at 100% all that time where I needed a couple days break.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was for me. I think it was just kind of maintaining.
For
kind
sure.
of big thing. I didn't have enough time.
I was about to say your life's a little different when you're at the Army, right?
Yeah,
but,
it was.
You still got a couple of boys still playing over there? Or you still got a couple of friends?
So this is the last year where it was like when I was a senior. They were freshmen, so the last year.
Got a couple boys still in there.
Still texting them, hitting them up.
I was about to say, has NIL even affected them at all?
It doesn't affect military academies.
Oh, so it's just straight up the same
I mean,
thing.
when the military pays for your college,
Yeah.
like, what are you gonna do with it?
You don't want to give them a little couple dollars off the top?
No, you don't. You don't
Yeah,
get
you
anything. You don't get anything.
You got everything you need right there.
NIL tried to approach you. I know one of my buddies was just he played basketball there, and he was a Barstool athlete.
Athlete,
and I should say Barstool athlete. He was an athlete. He was good. But yeah, he couldn't accept it. I mean, Barstool still posted his picture for him as like respect, but he just hit him up and he's like, "Hey, I can't take
Accept
anything
it,
in.
yeah.
I can't take anything in. Appreciate it." And they're like, "Do you mind if we still post it?" He's like, "Sure, I don't care."
Yeah, as long as he can't get any benefit from it.
He doesn't get any benefit from it. And that was when that was my senior year when stuff was like really like
blowing
up, and you just see everybody getting all these NIL deals. But yeah, no, we couldn't.
That's crazy. So is that because the school just denied it, or is that just the actual branch of the military saying?
It's because you're military, you're government.
It's like you're under contract, yeah.
You're under government.
Now, let's say let's say y'all made like a huge splash in like the World Series or something, like the College World Series, y'all went, like, would y'all have gotten like
you'll get Nike stuff.
Okay, you'll
I mean, we would go to regionals, and then like we could get Nike stuff, but that was as a team.
As a team,
because I was with our sponsorship for the team.
But it's like a personal sponsorship. If you hit a walk off against like LSU to send you guys to the championship, and they're like, they're putting like your jersey number up and they're advertising you, like, does the Army get money for doing that, or they probably would not, or you definitely wouldn't probably see a dime of it regardless.
I wouldn't see anything of it.
They'd just be like, thanks for playing. Like,
hey,
see you
just get a cool picture next to it. You're like, hey, what's up, man?
Oh man, that is funny. I still remember to this day. What was it? You guys were running in a parking lot. I think it was on Twitter.
Oh no,
y'all lost so bad. I think y'all.
No, we didn't lose. That was I'm not gonna say his name, but that was a head coach's decision.
To make y'all do sprints in a parking lot?
Yeah, no, it was actually in Houston at a U of H. We ended up getting walked off home run that day against U of H. But we showed up to breakfast, and usually at breakfast you had to have like your hair combed and like your hair nice. You couldn't look like a slob. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you couldn't be in like sweats or anything. And one of the guys showed up with a hat.
Just a hat?
He had a hat on his head. He wasn't shaved and he had a hat on his head.
Jeez.
And then, we were running sprints in a parking garage, on top of a parking garage in downtown Houston. You could like feel the parking garage like shaking. That video got out. Yeah,
I remember. I was online and I was just like, what is going on?
Don't worry, I still got it on my phone if you want to see it later.
And I was like, what is happening right now? And I thought that was absolutely hilarious. I couldn't wait for you to tell me that story.
That was spring break, my freshman year in Houston. Welcome home.
Everyone's waiting on you, like, oh, that stuff. This is.
Oh, my dad was watching from the hotel room. He was like looking down at us.
Was he laughing?
Oh yeah, he got the video. He got one of the videos. It wasn't the video that went out, but definitely it was funny.
Man, yeah.
That's like the memories you remember from like small.
Oh yeah, you remember all the fun things that just happen in on a bus, like I don't know about you, but like we loved getting like our meal money, or like coach stops and like remember, mind you, this is fucking 2014 through 2018. So coach stops us right before we start taking off on our 7-hour drive to Virginia. He gives us like $120 each, like meal money. I'm thinking I'm about to start gambling. I'm about to start, and then as soon as coach gets to the front, bus pulls out. We pull out the freshmen pull out the buckets of balls and stuff or whatever, and we start playing cards. Everyone pulls out their card games, and we start playing. Our game was in and out.
Okay. And
in and out is like three. It's like just 3 card poker, but it's random, completely random. Shuffle it up. Everyone gets 3 cards, and if you have a pair, you should probably go. You should go in. If you have 3 of a kind, a flush, a straight flush, whatever. And we would play that for like, no joke, 6 hours, the whole bus ride. And we would have guys that would lose all $120 in 2 hours. loan, take a loan from another player just to play back in to make it all back. We had some dudes that were just in it for the thrill, didn't care, didn't need the money, just wanted it, just wanted to play, just wanted to beat us. Like,
just a vibes guy.
Just a huge vibe. Probably playing the music. Then you got guys that are like, they're playing and they're so lucky that they're playing to pay off like bills. Mm-hmm. We had another guy that like I played to get a little extra money because I really wanted a PS4. I wanted a PS4, I wanted new Oakleys, I wanted a TV. And I was like, and like back then my mindset, this is before I realized the importance of nutrition. All I wanted was like, I was like I can survive off 3 days of McDonald's. Yeah. And still bat 350. Like, that's mind over matter. It's like, we're playing Florida State and like they got 2 first rounders, but like mind over matter, I can make that happen. I'm gonna get my PS4. Now, did it happen? We can talk about that later. But like,
that's why we're here.
Yeah, that's why we're here. We can talk about the third time you show up. You know. But no, like we would play that, and that was like, I remember those are things that you remember like to this day. You know, you remember like certain things that happen on a ballpark. We were playing. We must have been playing Arkansas. This is my favorite story to tell, and I love this teammate of mine. His name is Justin Jewell. Okay. And
good name.
No, it's a great name. It's great. He's a redshirt sophomore. So, fun fact: this kid was like on the verge of getting cut his freshman year, and he ended up redshirting. And then, you know, after you redshirt, it's basically do or die for you. Mm-hmm. And this kid must have batted like 400 in the fall off our guys. And we're like, whoa, like, didn't have the strongest arm, wasn't the fastest kid, but, you know, could catch a ball in the outfield. But, I mean, he's a lefty hitter, and his bat was super hot. He's like 6'1", I would say, like 6 foot 6'1". Honestly, he kind of looks like Ashton Kutcher. And then on top of that, like, has a beautiful lefty swing. At the time, he had that beautiful lefty swing, and it's his first game in Arkansas. And I remember telling him, I was like, dude, don't ever worry. So ball's hit, I'm gonna run with you the whole way. Like, and you know, you've been to Arkansas. Have you been to Arkansas Stadium, Baum Stadium?
No, I've never been. I just watched games.
Yeah, so like the cheerleaders are on top of the dugouts, and then like they have like this grass pavilion in like left field that goes all the way to kind of like center, and like they just drink.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Yeah, and
it's a number 2 ballpark in America.
Yeah.
Behind Mississippi State.
Mississippi State?
I think Mississippi
Or is it
State.
Oklahoma State? Oklahoma State got the new one.
No, I just think it's Mississippi State. And then
Ole Miss, yeah.
Then you have Ole Miss, and then you got Arkansas. But, all right, go on.
Yeah, no. So anyway, the crowd was being led at that series by this one dude. I mean, he had this big booming voice. And, like, people would quiet down to hear him talk, and then everyone would chirp in afterwards, right? Mm-hmm. So this dude was leaving it, and, like, you know, he's trying to get in Justin's head. He's like, it's your first game, like, Justin, like, and Justin's just not reciprocating. And some of the things this guy's saying is, like, it's kind of funny. Some of it's just like, well, I guess that was kind of lame, but, like, I probably wouldn't have responded to that either. But something happens. A foul ball, our starting pitcher throws a pitch inside, guy hits, shoots at line, not a line, foul ball. Justin gets the ball right there, right? Okay, so we're on the foul line. He's probably like 120 feet out on third base side. He's in left field, and, you know, ball comes to him, he picks up the ball, and you have all these kids reaching out. Mm-hmm. So we're like, oh, can I get the ball? Can I get the ball? Yeah. And now he's at a moment of conflict because he really does probably want to get that ball to those kids.
Yeah.
But then, you know, our pitcher, Steve, at the time, he's just like, he's very particular. He's like, give me the ball back. Like, I'm going to strike this guy out with this ball. If it doesn't leave the park, I want the ball.
Right.
You know, superstition type stuff. So Justin looks at it, sees Steve. Everyone's like this, waiting on him. He looks at the kids, and, like, I guess his mind makes his mind up. He just says, you know, screw it. Like, we're in the game, you know, brothers. Like, team throws the ball back. Crowd goes nuts on this kid.
Oh, God.
The dude that was leading the pack starts going, are you kidding me? You couldn't throw it to the kids? Like, Jewel hates kids. And then all of a sudden the whole crowd starts chanting, Jewel hates kids. I I'm like, yeah, that's probably worst case for your first collegiate game, and it's hilarious, and I'm laughing, I'm dying laughing, like
it's
it's
like the stuff you remember. Right?
Yeah, it's like, and this kid goes up to bat, he's got to be batting like 8 or 9 hole, and he Ks his first time, and they absolutely lose it.
Can't make the crowd favorite as a way guy.
Absolutely lose it when he strikes out. Now I will say this: he hit an absolute nuke. Later that game, redemption, and they did clap, and they were good spirits about it. But like, Jewel hates kids to this day is something that like everyone on that team still remembers to this day, and it's like one of my favorite things ever. And he was a great kid. I mean, he's like a biomedical engineer. He's gonna be a doctor. Like he's great person, and like that was his first experience of college baseball, and like it's stuff like that I freaking love.
Yeah, it's just like all the small memories you have. I mean, I don't have much in like junior college, but like you were talking about, you were saying you're playing like that 3-card game. Like ours was Mafia. We loved
we all went crazy for Mafia.
Dude. When we were going down to North Carolina from New York, it was just Mafia, and we had such a good storyteller.
Every team has that beautiful storyteller. You have to have that guy,
and it's like a good storyteller and like making like fitting inside jokes in there. Like, you got to have a good storyteller.
Absolutely.
And we would play that all the way to North Carolina, and the thing was like 12 hours.
No,
it was just like nonstop. It was like if you were in the last 6 rows, you were automatically in it, and then as like everyone started waking up from their naps, it was like, all right. So then it's like a couple more rows. Next thing you know, it's like the whole bus playing. And
I was about to say,
so much fun. You had to start adding more cops and murders and stuff.
I was about to say, I was like, I forget sometimes that you went JUCO, and you've seen some days. You've seen some dudes.
Dude, going to Laredo.
Yeah.
From Alvin, Texas, Laredo, going all the way down to the border. That was
an experience.
That was an experience.
How much do you love baseball?
You're like, whoa, dude. You're like, I'm just eating my 5th PBJ. Like, you have nothing.
Yeah, nothing in the tank. But
one kid didn't wash his clothes because we were all washing our own clothes and stuff like that. That was fun. Getting stopped by like border patrol. And
it's about as JUCO as it gets.
Yeah, it's like, you go to like Whataburger, and coaches get like a double meat burger, like they're filling up, and you just get like a junior like kid's cheeseburger. You're like, wait, what? Because like you're just standing on third base. Bro.
Yeah, I gotta go play. I gotta squat for 4 hours.
I gotta go play a doubleheader against Blend. 18 innings, let's go, bro.
Yeah, with your career on the line, like And you gotta,
I mean, once you get to like, I don't know how it is, and I don't mean that conceited. I don't know how it is in like other levels. But I mean, luckily we were a little bit more blessed at West Point, where we can go pick what we want to go eat. And I mean, if you wanted to go buy a bowl, a spoon, and some cereal and some milk, you can do that on the back of the bus. You got that $120, baby. It don't matter.
I was about to say rags to riches for you.
Oh, dude, I know a lot of guys that did that, and then but
I mean, do you kind of agree the way baseball's going like right now with how like now more high school kids are being funneled to go JUCO versus like just going straight up to D1, D2 schools?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen with this new, the new ruling they have within the NCAA in JUCO, where like you can go to JUCO and it doesn't count.
Yeah, no, they're saying that it doesn't use their eligibility, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be super interesting. I know it's gonna be interesting in the football world, but then also in the baseball world, because JUCO was just so big for baseball.
It's massive, yeah.
And I know there's a lot of guys who are going to bigger D1s, and they could like transfer over to a mid D1 and be just fine. Used to, you had to go to JUCO and then come back out. But yeah, no, JUCO really shows you if you love baseball.
Yeah. I mean, I've never went JUCO, but I hear the stories, and I've played with plenty of guys that went JUCO and they came here, and I hear the stories and the grind that it is, and it is not for the weak.
No,
it's a big filtration system, I would say.
You play so many games, and you play way more than college, and it's just doubleheaders after doubleheaders after doubleheaders.
And not great conditioned fields either. Like not the greatest.
Fields.
Yeah,
awful fields. They don't have lights, so you're playing in the dead heat of the Texas sun, especially in Laredo, Texas.
I feel like that trip really stuck with you.
Oh, it did. It did.
Like I gotta get out of here. I gotta make it out.
Especially in Houston, like. Luckily, I was lucky enough to be close to my parents and everything like that, and they got to see me play there. But so I can have some like decent food between games.
Yeah,
I could have a Subway sandwich or something. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that will handle within the baseball world in JUCO. I think a lot more guys are going to be going JUCO. But you can still go to the pros out of there.
Yeah, you can still
most
go
of the guys
one
are going JUCO there for that 1 year that they were coming out of high school because they knew where they're going to go pro.
Right. Yeah, I know a couple people that did that. Yeah, there's I don't know. Like I hear people like now kind of sometimes talking about comparing it to like hockey. You know, like you go.
Oh, dude, this hockey life is nuts.
Yeah, like so like So it was to my understanding when I was living up north that if you played hockey in high school and you were going to play college, you'd go to like this prep school for 2 years and you just disappear.
It's like juniors or something.
Yeah, it's like junior. Yeah, and then after that, you come in as a 20-year-old freshman.
Yeah.
And then you play against these other 20-year-old freshmen on their hockey teams. So now you got your age range from college is 20 to 24, and you go to the pros after that if you're good enough. And I was like, and now it looks like baseball's taking that turn.
Yeah, it'll be really, really interesting to see. I like it a lot more than how college football's going, but I think it'll be good. It'll be good for baseball. Maybe guys it'll help weed out some guys too. Do you think
it'll
get competitive?
Do you still think there'll still be like true freshmen that are going to come out for D1s, D2s, and still like make that impact, or do you think everyone's pretty much just going to be like, hey, juniors and seniors?
It gets so hard nowadays because if you're going to be a true freshman starting at like especially a big school like Florida or something like that, like, you're more than likely going pro.
Yeah.
You're not.
You're some sort of draft stock.
You have some draft stock, and now that's the risk you want to take, the poker game you want to play. You want to go to college for a couple of years and come out. But I still think, I mean, if you have those 2 years at JUCO and they don't count towards your eligibility, you're going to start seeing
a lot of people develop and go.
You're going to see a lot more freshmen starting. And yeah, a lot more freshmen starting in that role, but they're also 20, 21-year-old freshmen, probably.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to change a little bit of that.
Well, and I think if you can go JUCO and you can do all those things and then have it not count to your eligibility, then I mean that the game of baseball is pretty much going to evolve at an alarming rate. I feel like, especially at the collegiate end, it'll be collegiate will be more aimed toward like pro level ball than I feel like at that point, because like how many. I mean, I can't speak for you at the Army, like, or at JUCO, like how much baseball you learned, but I learned a lot in college about baseball. Yeah, I don't know how much you learned for you.
Yeah, so like in junior college, I learned it helped me develop the speed of how college was going to be.
Okay, so that adjustment period, yeah.
They helped me with the adjustment period so much, and you learned some stuff. Because we're all just some naive high schooler who thinks we know it. You know what I mean?
Thinks we know. Yeah, can't tell me shit.
You don't know. And then that helped, and then you learn a couple stuff. Especially at Army, it was different than because a lot of kids go in there as freshmen.
Right.
So I had like a little pace with know how the game and speed worked. But yeah, I think I'm also interested to see how it's gonna affect like the professional level. Yeah. Because, like they were scared to draft some guys who were 23, 24 because you don't have much left in, your progression. But they're going to have to start getting those older guys out of college.
I was about to say, yeah. And I also think that, like, they just took 20 rounds away from the MLB draft. But now you got this huge funneling system into JUCO, into college, into, like, there's more baseball players now than ever. I think they may eventually bring it back, or at least some rounds back, to kind of address it, especially if it takes off and you got people that are really feeding into the minor leagues, and you got like it's a huge farming system. Maybe they don't do it, but like if minor league games and like towns are making money off of it, then fuck it. I mean, I feel like
another point I just kind of thought about is it's going to help kids like you got to funnel in there, and during that funnel time, like it's going to force kids to get their education too.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's going to help a lot with just you won't have any like kids will be coming out because I know some of them just went to college for like 2 years and then just went to pros. Like it's going to force you to get the education if you want it or not, because you're going to have the years down there.
I mean, I think it would be sick, to go to JUCO, get like some of your classes out the way, and then maybe if you came in as a freshman at like at Arizona or whatever, and then you have so many hours, then
you get a degree in 2 years.
Yeah, you get a degree in 2 years, and then you probably get your master's degree or MBA or whatever your last two if you decide. And then on top of that, if you're good, you're probably looking at NIL money too. I mean, I just feel like I was born in the wrong year, but like at this point,
there's some parts that I thought that, and there's some parts I'm like, I like how
I'm glad that I'm a little bit older.
I like how my young baseball when I was younger and getting recruited. I like how that generation did it a little bit different than.
Yeah, I mean, the kinesiology and the sports science behind baseball wasn't. I mean, back in the day, we thought it was as developed as it was going to be.
Yeah, it just got way.
But it's completely different now. Different world. But Blake, man, I appreciate you coming back on for one more time. I'm glad you're home.
Yeah,
glad you appreciate the jersey. This looks sick. If you ever go to Japan, I'm gonna need another one.
I hope I don't go to Japan.
But anyway, man, appreciate you being on the podcast.
Yeah.
I'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
5, 4, 3, 2,